Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Creative Connective Collective, and we're coming back to go deeper into the food area, creating food products through direct marketing. Okay, you're a food person, but you want to sell food. How do you do that? I was doing research when I was thinking about doing food related products, and I found out that there are actual customizable web pages where they will do your food for you. Meaning, if you're not so much a person that likes to sit around the house and create your food, I'm a creator. I can give you Instagram videos all day on food creation, all day. And you could take and do one of these customizable sites and they will do your cookies for you. I'm sure there's some that will do breads and all of this. This is a starter base. You want to see if there is an actual market for what it is before you make the investment to really take this and do it large scale. So if you can do a customizable thing and see if you can get the attention of people, you're going to use theirs. And they may even have the ability to put the proper seasonings and all the stuff that you would normally put in it and then sell it like that. But while you're using the customizable thing and it's direct to sale, you're in your kitchen determining, okay, how can we expand on this? I like that cookie idea. How do we create other streams in relation to that set of cookies? Okay, I have a ginger snap cookie, but I want to do a ginger snap cookie with other flavors in it. So I'm going to take my butt into my kitchen and start doing ginger snap recipes from scratch in my kitchen to determine I'm taking the basis of the recipe that I used for the customizable, and I'm going to in my kitchen figure out what's best, what's the adding of ginger, the lessening of ginger, so on and so forth. Am I using different kinds of ginger? Am I using different kinds of flour? Am I using barley, oat? What am I doing? Am I making it more of an oat cookie and mixed as a ginger snap? What are we doing? Are we doing direct market sale? How are we selling? What does it look like for online distribution of this food product? If you're doing a customizable, but what if you want to transition because you figured out a new recipe in your kitchen and you want to sell a actual line of these things? What does that look like? And then how are you going to find a distributor that's going to do that for you? Then are you creating private labels? Are you doing your own labels? Research what that looks like. How do you develop that? So that your product, you used the customizable just to get your audience a taste. Now you're building it out so that they can have multiple lines. How are you talking about that on your food blog? Are you telling people how you're doing this process so you can help other food bloggers and how to develop theirs? What's that look like? You don't want to end up having order retention where people are buying all of your products. This is why you use the customizable first, and then you figure out the weight of that. Okay, this is the weight of that. I like this weight. I don't like this weight. This is a little bit too heavy for me. I can't manage this weight of how heavy this is. So I need to move to a seller. I recall it was a biscuit company I was looking at on NPT recently, and they had these orders and they did multiple custom biscuits, and now they were getting them in stores, and somebody on the store's end got the order number wrong, and they ended up with like having to make 100,000 biscuits divided off of every different flavoring that they had. So they were making 20,000 of this biscuit, 20,000 of this biscuit, trying to find places to store it because they weren't ready for that kind of overflow of order. And then turn around, come find out, oh yeah, we didn't order that much. We meant to only order this much. But guess what? Because they ended up having to go to the higher ups and plead their case. It's like, y'all made the mistake on your end for asking us for this many and we did it. So now you're going to have to pay for this. See how that works? But you don't want to be in a scenario where you can't fulfill the orders, or your system can't fulfill the orders, meaning your customizable system, you got too many orders at this particular point in time and they are backed up, or God knows how what happened with Pandora's box in 2020, and a lot of orders getting held up at ports, held up at this place, held up. Things that would normally have taken this amount of time are taking this amount of time, which is much longer than normal. And with food products, oh my Lord. So you got to be careful about that. And you have to really do your research before you get into food related stuff. That's why if you're going to do food product sale, I would suggest you start with your pots, your pans, your baking goods, your muffin tins, your, even if you can do like, the little cups that people do that go in the muffin tins, you can do a sale of those because you can get your hand. But you see how that works? It aligns with your field, but it's not as stressful as trying to figure out how to sell your cupcakes overseas or it get caught up in border product. Yeah. That's why if your pans get stuck, you don't have to worry too much. You just got to get it out of its stuck position. But the catch-22 to that is you may have to pay for it being stuck there. And that, so do your research when it comes down to how you're going to go about doing food related products. I would suggest don't do the food, do a product instead. And if you can do it, there's a lot of merchandise sites, they will do your fulfillment for you. So if it happens on their end, they're the one that's going to take the brunt of that issue, not you. But as your thing grows and they can't handle fulfillment, you're going to have to move to somebody that is. And that means you're going to have to start taking that on. So I hope that this blessed you. And I'm going to come back for the next one.